Are we live? Are we rolling? I think we might be. I think we're good. Wait a few minutes for people to join in the stream while I eat some delicious pizza. Really good. Give me a moment. Let me just make it so it's easier for me to see if there's anybody in chat. All right. For anybody watching the live replay, today we're going to be doing some terraforming work on Into the Stars 3. This is my upcoming Mega Map project. I've been procrastinating this build for more than a month just because I'm not a terraforming person. I despise doing massive scale terraforming, but I just figured I got nothing else to do today and this has been holding me back, so full send. Let's boot up a stream and let's get this, let's knock this out of the way. Enjoy a piece of pizza while we're at it. Oh, I forgot my browser music's on. Give me 1 second. There we go. There we go. There we go. Should be all good now. Okay. First things first. When you said daylight cycle of false while we work on this. Okay. I mean, probably the hardest part of this is just figuring out where to start. I kind of want to do this strategically. So, if I just go over here real quick. Look at this. I'm procrastinating this build even more. If I come over here, I laid out the block palette for what I want this island to be made out of. Okay. Alright. There's a smart way of terraforming with World Edit, which I do have. I don't know if, like, how good it works. What I'm gonna do is kind of start with, like, I guess an outline right here. And just kind of like bring this down. Just bring it down to the water. That's a good start. It does mean we're gonna have to like cut the cables or whatever. So what I looked to the internet for advice for terraforming. And I found one method using World Edit, and that is to just simply spawn in spheres of sand. And I saw that and I was like, you know what, that could actually work. So let's see, how tall is this off the ground? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's spawn in a second position. Oh, great. No, I needed to go spectator. Oh, that's just spawned it at my position. I mean, it didn't not work. Let's try that again. I mean, this gives us a solid foundation, I guess. So let's just kind of just plop in a couple of piles of sand, if you will. Oh, that broke the carpet above. Broke everything above. So we've kind of just connected. Oh wow, yeah, we've connected the. So I guess we don't need this platform anymore. I mean, but I gotta say, it's a little rough around the edges, but this could work. Eventually, this is gonna be some other materials. We just come down here and start chucking in balls of sand. We're really gonna have to play this strategically. This could be tricky. But for the most part, that's looking like a good start. Oh, I'm in creative. It's looking like a good start, and nothing's like gone beneath the bedrock. And it naturally creates like 2-block high borders, which is good because we don't want the player to access the main island early. What I think I should do is level off this a little bit better. Let's just level this out. And then off of here, I kind of want to like draw the shape of the island first. And we'll just kind of do this in layers. So if we grab some wool, we'll start with one layer and then like slowly work our way into other layers. And I think like I don't know how many layers I just did, but I think we'll figure something out. So this will be kind of like our outer border. This is where like sand will go. And then we'll do another inner ring, layer it on top. Bring this out this way. And we'll see how this goes. We'll see how this goes. Again, I'm no terraformer, and I haven't used this method yet, so... I mean, already that's looking promising. We just replaced that with tuff and moss and mossy cobble, and we got ourselves a nice-looking island. Just that right there. That's not bad. That's super easy, too. I do not know how big this island needs to be. I just know it needs to be absolutely massive. Just because a few things. One, I have to fit a village on top of this island. And two, I have to fit an underground or underwater city inside the island. So, yeah, this is going to be rough. I got the hiccups from the pizza earlier. Of course I do. Of course, as I say that, they stop. We're just gonna lay out this wool. I think I want to create like a little bit of a cove kind of thing, like in here. Let's bring this out a little bit. I know for sure, like, it's gonna wrap around back there and eventually, like, head in that direction, because that's where the next island is gonna be, in that direction. Alright, I think that's far enough out. Again, I have no idea how this is gonna turn out. But I'm hoping it turns out really well. I'm gonna make this quite big, because the difference at smaller scales is not gonna be that impressive. We'll just see how this goes. I have no idea how this is gonna turn out. But it's gonna turn out. And it's not gonna be flat either. There'll be like, on that edge, there'll be like a little bit of a mountain range, kind of keeping the player from going over in that general direction, like funneling them towards this area a little bit. I think this is far enough out. Yeah, it's starting to become a rendered distance problem. So I think we're at a good cutoff point for the tip of the island. And we can start bringing this in a little bit more. And I create like an indent, or not an indent, an outlet thing. I'm not sure. Not sure what you would call that, but just like give this island some shape. From a distance, that doesn't look bad at all. That's super promising. I forget the name of the creator of the video that I watched for that little tip with using sand for world edit. But like, dude, that was a really good idea. I'll link, when this goes into a replay, I'll put the link of the video in the iCards, assuming I remember. Or you can just give me a reminder in chat or something. I don't know. Let's have a fly up and see what this looks like. Oh my goodness. Imagine having to do all of this by hand. Oh, I'm so glad we're using that. That took like, what, 2 seconds? This isn't that bad. One thing's for certain though. I want to bring that out a lot more. Oh yeah, this is curved in. We need to curve this. We need to bring that back out. I think we can do like another cove. Let's take all this out. And let's just bring this out. Chucking in some wool. Now that I'm looking at the size of this, it's gonna be a pretty small village. My idea for this island is like the first level, the one at the docks, wouldn't even exist. And then like the first level would you be like crossing the island to get to the village. But now that I'm actually like laying this out, I'm glad we did that first level on the docks, because the village is going to take up quite a lot of space, and I'm glad we're doing this. That makes me absolutely terrified for some of the other islands that we're going to be doing. Not in today's stream, but in the future. If I get this island done, get everything on it, and then get all the command blocks work, this island as well as the other one way off in the distance, not visible, these two islands are going to be a part of the demo release for this map. And I'm hoping to get that out before the end of summer. That way, like, people can actually have a chance to play this map. Assuming, whoops, assuming they're not playing the new minigame that I just finished. Now what I'm gonna do is kind of flatten this out, give it a nice, even, like, direction. Because there's gonna be like a mountain range here. We'll lay that out eventually. Then we just bring that around. Wow, that's really smooth. I guess that's okay. Let's keep this going. Have to bring it in a little bit. This could take a while now that I'm thinking about it. Alright, what I want to do, so that's a good region for the mountains. Now what I want to do is bring this around and create yet like another peninsula kind of thing, and then bring this in almost a diagonal, but not quite. Hopefully connect it back to that land over there. Alright, that's a good point to curve it inward fully. Nice! You can't even see the other end with my current render distance. What is my current render distance? Render distance, can we afford to bump that up? Oh yeah, easily. What's our FPS at? Oh, 400, 500. Nice. This mod that I'm using, I think it's the sodium and the iris mod combination. These are insanely powerful. I love them. I have to thank Ant Venom for that recommendation. So what I'm going to do now is kind of, because I don't know how the next layer is gonna go, so I think I'm just gonna start chucking in some sand and see what happens. If it breaks the wool, so be it. Yeah, look at that. I think I should just like do this kind of one by one. So just go to the next dot. That is creating some spikes. But it is creating... It's creating a pattern. Which I guess is okay. We'll have to round that out a little bit later. Like we just take some sand and just start filling in some of these little awkward gaps. Yeah, it is most definitely creating some holes, which is what I don't want. That would be fine. Interesting. This is a good way to create mountains. Gonna level this out a little bit. I mean, yeah, there's gonna be more layers that go on top of this, but Honestly, that's a pretty good start. That's definitely a pretty good start. I'm just thinking of like all the sand that we have to do. This could take a while. Let's just go out a couple of blocks. That was a little bit better. I guess we're always going to get that spikeage. That's fine. We can use that to our advantage a little bit later when we go back and do additional layers. For example, it'll give us some interesting shapes. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to smoothen this out a lot. I'm wondering if there's like a brush or something that we can use to smooth this out. Wonder if there's a smooth tool. There probably is. Just placing in some sand. Oh yeah. No, I didn't mean to take a screenshot. Okay, let's just keep this going. It is oddly satisfying just watching all the sand fall. I wonder if I should like mix in some different sizes. No, this is a good start. We'll see. Let's keep going. And when we start chucking in additional layers, we'll see how it turns out. We shall see. It is leaving gaps in between them. If it doesn't leave a gap, it leaves a spike. Kind of, which isn't exactly what I wanted, but I imagine like once we start checking in the other layers, it'll start to, it might smooth itself out, or we could just smooth out the top. It's really the sides that matter. So, how has everybody's day been? We're just doing some basic terraforming here, kind of. Whoa, I just got hit with deja vu. That was weird. I just got hit with deja vu. Yeah, that's not bad. Not bad at all. Kind of looks like a like a border wall or something. I don't know. And we have to fill in the central part of this as well. It's pretty lonely here. Keep going. Ducking in some sand. It's a mystery why I don't get any views. It's just me here talking to myself, ducking in sand. It's not the most entertaining thing in the world, but I gotta do it. It's gotta be done. We can get to all the cool building stuff later. Coming along quite nicely. I forget where. Okay, I did put it in. What is this? So frostbite, keys, green coins. Okay, that's what I thought. You just got a sneak peek of the plans for this map. What I have in mind. I'm thinking of like holding a brainstorming session. Maybe as like a live stream sometime in the future where like we get together a couple of viewers. I tell you my current plans for this map because like some of the current plans that I have I'm not set on or I don't have too many good ideas. And maybe just like we come up with some other ideas for some of these levels and to try to make the map a little bit better than just like doing it myself. So it's kind of like a group effort. I think that could be fun. If we were to have a brainstorming session. It would be an interesting way to get audience engagement for both live streaming side and this adventure map side. Oh, we're getting close to the front, but we're not out of the woods yet. We still have to fill in this monstrosity. It was honestly a really good idea. I mean, it's not ideal, but it's a start. It's a really good start. One more. Right there. Eventually it's gonna come up there. Okay, so there's our border, kind of. And now we have to fill in the middle. I think that will just come naturally. Uh, yeah, I might as well take the opportunity to ask a question. I could, in theory, get the replay mod. Would anyone in chat, maybe in the comments more likely, would be interested in like a time lapse? Because I'd be willing to like set up the replay mod and just have this record in the background and throw together a time lapse of the rising of this massive island from the ocean. Honestly, this is a really cool start. I might just leave it as is. This is so cool. But alas, we have other things that we need to attend to today. Let's get started with the next layer, I guess. I'm just gonna eyeball this one and see where it goes. That one's pretty high. I'm gonna do this in spectator, so it's a little bit easier. Is there a way I could like hook this up to a repeating command block? This could be a bad idea. Is there any way I could hook this up to a repeating command block, or is it just gonna explode? I'm gonna do this over the edge, just in case it does explode. In case this explodes, at least it's not like slash. Send 5 squiggly. I think that's how that will work. Player is required to run this command here. Okay. At A, maybe? I have a better idea. Let me think. Let's just have a scroll through what we're able to do. We're able to do a hollow cylinder. Where's the sphere? And 5. No, I don't think it's working. Oh well. It was just an idea. I don't think I'm gonna need this extra wool. Just an idea. No, that's how you get to know what things do and what they can't do. Is you just test and see what doesn't blow up. That would have made this a lot easier. Like having a command summon in the sphere at all times instead of just like doing click click click. Oh yeah, that definitely needs smoothing out. That's probably a bad idea, but whatever. That is very rough. We kind of just have a valley here, just chilling. It's gonna be a decently tall island. Right now it's just like an absolute mess. I don't know why I'm looking at it from the inside. very pointy right now. Let's grab a brush and let's grab our axe and just give this a test. See how this turns out. To that. Oh my goodness. Wait, did it bring up? It brought up cobble deep slate from. Oh my goodness, look at that! Oh, that's so cool! Look how smooth that is. Like, look at that, and look at this. Wow! I'm impressed! Now, the only problem with this is, one, it is very smooth, but also, it is very traversable. Meaning it's possible, it'd be possible to climb this, and in turn reach the Nether Star, without having to do any parkour. What I think I might have to do is put up a barrier or like a coral reef or something around the island to keep the players from directly reaching it. Just an idea. That is super promising. That is super promising. Okay, so I can be as messy as I want. Let's keep this going. Let's keep this going. Let's just fill her in. Maybe I should go a little bit more ambitious, like make this little sphere of mine a little bit bigger. Oh, that was a bad idea. Okay. That was a lot of lag. Let's just go back to 5. Let's just go back to 5. That was really laggy. What the? You saw that, right? That looks like a visual error. Oh, this is gonna take quite some time to fill in, I realize. I wonder if it'd be easier to just, like, chuck a giant sheet of sand onto this entire thing. I wonder if that might be easier. We could be at this for a while. I suppose we don't have to make it solid. We could just leave it hollow. It might make it easier, actually, if we left it hollow for me to build the city inside. Might also be easier on my computer. Not that I'm worried, but I'm worried I might crash the live stream for whatever reason. Just slowly but surely fill this thing in. Raise it up to the desired elevation, and then we can smoothen it out a little bit later. Yeah, that's pretty tall. And then like we could create a giant platform. We could fill in once we get a set elevation for this island. I can just use the fill command and like set up some boxes and things and just fill things in using old school methods. I mean, doing some of this by hand is inevitable. I'm not afraid to place in some blocks by hand. It's just very time consuming. And I'd rather not be wasting my time. Honestly, this is quite entertaining. Just talking to myself and supposedly anyone watching the stream. I suppose if there is anybody in chat, currently there's nobody in chat. We have 5 views right now, so I guess that's a thing. This is honestly looking really cool. I wish I remember the name of the person who made the video on like terraforming like this. This is a seriously good idea. So yeah, we're just chucking in sand and seeing what happens. This is my life right now. Most people my age have a car, full-time job. Me, I'm just placing in sand in a fictional world. What am I doing with my life? It's worth it though. It is worth every last smile. I'm curious. Oh my goodness. Wow, we've run a lot of sand. That's kind of ridiculous. Eventually, like once we get to a certain elevation, I think that platform over there, it's kind of hard to see. Let me break out Yeel's spyglass. That platform over there, that is the elevation for the island. So about that point there will be like ground level. Anything that goes above that, I guess we can bring up as mountains. So like that side, I want it to be like mountainous terrain, and then this, for the most part, this area here will be flat, kind of in line with that. Hey, that rhymed. So we'll just chuck in some sand, and if there's anything that goes above that, it's fine. We'll like level it out and flatten it and stuff. But for the most part, is there an easy way to like fill in like really awkward shapes like this using not Optifine, what am I saying? Using World Edit? That's pretty high. We're gonna have to flatten that. Or maybe we should leave it like that. Who's to say? I'm gonna check another one right here. What I'm wondering if I should do... This is looking nuts. Just like imagine when we smoothen it. Oh, it's gonna look so cool from a distance. Honestly, why have I been procrastinating this? This is so doggone easy and simple. I mean, I guess I was just waiting for World Edit 1.19, but still, why have I been procrastinating this for a month? This is super easy. It's super easy, super simple. I guess I didn't really have this technique knowledge before, so I guess that could be a good excuse. I wonder if I could just like, there's a command I can do is fill all of this with water and then replace the water with sand or whatever I need it to be. I wonder if that's a thing. Does anybody in chat know that's a thing? Anybody world edit specialists? Because I honestly have no clue. I'm fairly new to world edit and its possibilities. I mean, I have like the basics down. Can't get over that. Look at that. Look at that smoothness. Like, childhood me is freaking out right now. That is amazing. Like, if I told my childhood self I was going to be able to do stuff like that with the click of a button, he would have lost his marbles. Because, like, before, when I started map making, if you go onto my PMC page and you look at my first map, you'll find either Shiverburn or you'll find the Cool Sam Arcade. I can't remember which one came first. But those two were kind of my beginner's maps. And one of those, the Cool Sam Arcade, was a replica of a world that I had built from my childhood. The Cool Sam Arcade, the minigames, how they work, all of that is just like, for the most part, it's copy and paste. Obviously, it's done a little bit bigger and a little bit better because I had access to, kind of had access to command blocks. But yeah, it was kind of a starting ground for me. I started map creating on the Wii U. The first map I'd ever, like, quote-unquote finished was the Cool Sam Arcade. And then I made two versions of it. I made a small version and I made a big version. Obviously the big version took a lot longer, and the big version got ported over to the Wii U. Or not the Wii U, what am I saying? It got ported over to Java Edition and onto my PMC page. But there was a project that I had been working on for absolutely, I kid you not, years. It was a full-size world, custom-built island. Like the full-size, if you've never played Wii U edition, and if you don't know how, I think the computer just realized what I was attempting to do. If you don't know how worlds work on the Wii U version, buckle up, boys. But basically, like, it was a finite world. It was a finite world size. Oh, doggone it. I think I clicked the wrong one. It was a finite world size, and I wanted to completely custom terraform the entire map into, like, a full-fledged island. Not far enough out. That's a lot of blocks. If I lose your stream, I'm sorry. Wow. Okay, so I guess we didn't lose. Are we still rolling, is the question. No, we're still live. Okay, I was fully expecting that to, like, kind of crash my computer a little bit. Oh, cool, it even did this pillar. Nice. Okay. So this is kind of a promising start. But we are not anywhere yet done with this. Oh boy, the middle is gonna be tricky. I have to like go back and do layers and stuff. From the outside, this looks amazing. I mean, like a little bit of awkwardness here and there. I don't want to replace all of this with. I kind of want to get rid of the cobble deep slate on the bottom, but I guess that's only just gonna add. That only if I remove it now, then I might have to place it back. But overall, I think this turned out really well. I could never do something like this by hand. There's just no way. So when it comes to filling in the middle, well, for starters, I think I need a flat platform. There's only one way I can think of doing it. There's only one way I can think of doing it. Oh my goodness, this is not going to, this is gonna be rough. I have to flatten out like this side. Is there like a tool that can automatically do that? I have to flatten out this side a little bit. Like, raise this up. Is there a brush or something? What's height map do? Deform, cylinder, butcher, bio, apply, lower, height map, gravity, paint, raise. Could try raise. Oh, I think I need an item. We'll use a stick. Sphere, radius 5. Oh, well, that just raises it. I suppose I could. Ooh, yeah, that's not doing what I was hoping it would do. All right, let's try a different brush. Height map. Oh, I know what I can do. I can just use the lower. Let's go cuboid. Radius 5. Oh, I was hoping this would flatten it out. Oh, whoops. Hello. I didn't realize it was putting holes in my bedrock. One of these. There it is. So that doesn't work. Is there a flat tool I can use? Is there a tool? Let me think. Hmm. Wait, what? That shape, radius, and that's not giving me a radius. Oh, okay. Okay, that helps flatten things. That will so that flattens the top of this. Accidentally clicking into there. Don't want to be. That can help flatten off the top of this. Because I kind of want this nice and flat. We just remove these normally. And then we'll smooth it. Oh wow, there really isn't a range on this. I guess it's just as long as it's in render. Oh, we just... That was a mistake. And now if we take there was a raise brush. We can make this all a somewhat consistent shape. Somewhat consistent height. Bring up some of these lower areas. This is very rough. I imagine once we use the smooth command, it will smoothen some of this out. So about like, what's the Y value of this area here? That's probably a good thing to know. Like this is all fine for now. Like what's this Y value? This is 25, okay. We kind of want to keep it at 25. Or around 25. This is 23, so raise that up. That is above 25. Wow, like you cannot see anything in this F3 menu. I'm turning this off. What are we down here? We're at 22. So we can raise this up bit by bit. We don't want it necessarily a uniform height, but having a uniform height, like a local uniform height, would make things a lot better and easier to mess around with. We'll smoothen these sections out a little bit. Because right now it's very rough. That's fine there. This is all like very low down. Let's raise this up. It's very rough over here. That up, and then we can smoothen that out. Oh, this area was really lacking. This is the side that the mountain range is going on as well. So we definitely better raise this up a bit. Now, if I'm not mistaken, we still have the positions set. And once all the lighting errors correct themselves, we have some nice, smooth terraforming. For the most part, all around. There's like a random block here or there. Oh, lag spike there. I am quite happy with this. I would say it's safe to call it quits now, but we're only an hour in. Oh, hey, Paul. Would you believe me if I told you I have done this in an hour?
Yes.
Why? Because I did?
Yeah. I can watch because I've been playing Fortnite.
Okay. Okay. I'm wondering what happens if... So what is this brush? Oh, isn't that just an abomination? It raises everything, water included. Cool, that'll get filled in eventually. A lot of undos there. I think it might just be easier to break all of them. Just remove all of this by hand. I'm choking out a piece of pizza. I'm fine, I'm fine. I'm just dying over here. It's interesting it raised up the bedrock as well. Good question, Johnny. I have no idea. It's a very odd shape, and although I could use old school methods, I got no clue. It is quite an impressive island, though. Would you believe me if I told you I did all of this in 1 hour? Yeah, I know, it's crazy. I love this world edit tool. I also have to get rid of the water eventually. It'll get filled in eventually. I kind of have to keep the cords on the outside of the. What do you think? I think this turned out amazing. Like it looks absolutely like remarkable. It looks like something out of a natural world, kind of. Maybe a few few rough edges. What in the world is this? Like part of the command didn't like do this correctly. Like this area got excluded or something. What in the world? It's fine. It's just a small section. Like I said earlier, I don't mind doing things manually, just not at large scales. I could. Hmm. I could, yeah, I could just drop a giant cube or something in the middle. Let me think about this. What's the best way to fill in this giant bowl at the moment? See if there's a brush that could help. Hmm. What does paint do? What would be best for this? Cube, maybe? Let's make this ridiculous, like 25. Needs to be 25, and then... Oh, maximum is configured to 6. Alright. Oh, that's why. Okay, that didn't work. I wonder if there's any filter. No, there's not gonna be a filter on that. I wonder if I could raise up the seafloor. No, we've already tried that. And we ended up with that. I think I just might have to do this old school. This is a crazy idea, but what if... Is there a... Is there a fill command or fill water? What is this going to do? Oh. 0 blocks have been filled. Oh, well, that's super convenient. I'm thinking maybe I could fill it with water and then just replace all the water with whatchamacallit? With sand. Let's do some old school techniques. Let's just click there. Let's come all the way to... Yeah, right here is good. Well, that kind of worked. Now what I could do is try and do that. Will that, like, fill up? I don't think so. I mean, it's not a bad idea. Did it go outside, though? It did go outside. Oh, cool. Now it's slowly draining. Where's the sponge? Where in the world are sponges? Creative inventory is so unorganized. That's why I had a mod that corrected it. Well, that should drain normally now. And the outside drained. Oh, what a perplexing paradox. Suppose I could just get rid of this right now. For the time being. And this will fill in naturally, but... This fiendish villain does not want to be defeated. Quite a battle. Oh my goodness, look at this mess. That's a spyglass. This battle will be won. Me versus sponges. Never thought I'd be doing that today. There's like one little spot up there. Kind of hard to tell where the water is. This is getting ridiculous. Look at all the sponges. I know there's probably an easier way of doing this, but... I think we did it. Now just clean up this mess. While I think of a way to fill this in. Now I think about it, that was completely pointless since this thing is going to be flooded anyway. So I just made a mess over here for no reason. Cool. Read. They'll be more effective down here. And these are all dry sponges, so that was nice and simple. I could have just done that with the water. Now that I think about it. Okay, now that I've cleaned up my mess, now what? How is water here? That's really weird. How are we filling in this massive, massive fishbowl thing, island? How do I want to do this? This is quite a big area. I mean, I suppose I could just use the sand drop method. I gotta stretch. Alright. Or I could try using cylinders, maybe? I go... Let's try the brush again. What does height map do? Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's what the brush is configured to, a cube of sand. Maybe? How does height map work? There's a curve command? Interesting. We are looking for height map. Oh, it's a brush. Well, that would explain why we couldn't find it. I don't know what that does, so... That doesn't do it. That doesn't help. I'm live right now, so... Say hi to Josh.
Hello. Hello. Hello, everybody. I just keep trying to say hi, everybody.
Oh, does that create a hole through the void? That creates a hole through the void.
Through the hole to another dimension. Oh no! I was gone.
Wait, what? Why does it still stand here?
Hmm?
It still stand here. Delightful. I'm trying to figure out how to fill in this massive bowl effectively. And so far, chat hasn't come up with anything. And I haven't come up with anything. Do you have any ideas? Eventually, yeah. This guy, am I right? I mean, it's not a terrible idea. Okay, so the thing with using brush is it has like you have to click it onto something, and when you do, that creates a hole in the bedrock, which isn't what we want.
It's still working.
No, it doesn't, because then everything above the bedrock just falls in.
Ow.
I gotta figure out how to fill this thing in. I mean, I suppose I could just create a giant sheet of sand and just
Or
drop.
just keep it the way it is.
It needs to be. This is just the outside of the island. So this is gonna be like a functional island. Like people on the ships will look to the island and be like, "Oh, cool! I want to go there. That's an island. That's a solid platform, right? Right?" Then they
Only to find that it has a giant hole.
it's a holy platform.
Nothing holy about an island. It's like there is nothing
Also,
about cheese. These are cows.
what are you talking about?
Not for anything later.
Oh, maybe. Stream the caption series, Powerfall, Smash Brothers, or something. Not doing both again.
One or the other.
I don't know. I could see that being a thing.
Let's be honest. As of right now,
Yeah, I don't either. I would call it quits here, but this is unfinished, and this is driving me crazy. I'm trying to think of what's the best way to... What's the best way to set this up? These are all brushes. I wonder if I could just like replace the water on the inside. Hey, mister, you want to stop singing before I get a copyright strike? Excuse me, sir. Do you want to stop singing before I get a copyright strike? 10? This could work. I mean... It doesn't really help. Oh, and now I'm stuck with that. Cool. It is incredibly laggy. I can't exactly work with that, though. I wonder... This might be equally crazy. There ain't no way this is gonna work. There ain't no way. Yeah, that does a lot underneath here. Yeah, that wouldn't do anything either. Except for create a prison. It just creates a giant stone platform. Oh my god, stupid caps lock. There we go. That fixes. I got no idea how to fill this massive bowl. I guess that's a problem. I guess that is a problem. The outside of the island looks absolutely amazing. A little lumpy, but it looks amazing. But the inside, not so much. I don't think there'd be anything in there. What does fill R? Hmm. I think I might have to just use the spheres. That's gonna take absolutely forever, though. Or I could just make it a problem for future me. The big deal was doing the outside, which looks absolutely amazing now. And I'm not sure what I want to do on the inside. Like, not in the slightest. How in the world am I gonna fill this up / just cover it? If it's hollow, then that's fine. I don't care if it's hollow. It makes my life easier a little bit later. But it needs to be covered. It needs to be covered at least. And I can't think of an easy way to do that. That also doesn't lag out my computer entirely. But also fills in this massive area. I would try maybe using water. I've tried using water, and that kind of, I mean, it kind of technically worked. It didn't like fill, it didn't flood up the whole thing like I'd hope it would. So, I guess that's a problem. So, ideas. Does anyone in chat have any ideas how we can fill this up without like making a complete mess? Because it needs to be like relatively flat. Okay, I think I might have an idea. This might be crazy, but I'm willing to try it. We drain the entire structure. When I say the entire structure, I mean the entire structure. we drain it completely of water. Oh, this could break my system. But who cares? That removes the ocean. It's not doing what I was hoping it would do. Oh wait, it is. It's slowly but surely like refilling the ocean. It is. It's filling back up. Yes, that's what I was hoping for. I was hoping it would fill back up. Where's the gap here? Oh, because the ship's in the way. Because there's a boat in the way. It filled back up. Oh, that's what I was hoping for. Now, obviously, like, there's some regions that we have to... Like, these indents. Fill these in... Well, that is loud. We fill in these indents. Let's see. Slash re... I think 2 will do fine. And that should fill everything back up. You can test by listening for flowing water. Oh my goodness, this is the atrocity. Oh, it's the other way around. Oh, that will do a better job. I think we just need to come down here and do that. And technically we're submerged over here. It's not really good, but... Anyway, you're probably thinking, Cool Sam, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? I think once we bring out the sponges. So my idea is... The world is sponges. Can't wait until that one mod I was using. It was like an organized creative inventory. Can't wait for that to get updated. That should put seafloor back to normal. Kind of hard to tell. This is incredibly messy. Somebody's screaming upstairs. How do I fill this in? Oh my goodness. This is painful. I mean, for the most part, this worked. I say for the most part very loosely. I should have known these little coves would have been a headache to fill back in. I wish I could just like, why won't you fill back in? Think. And I could do it. Or just make it worse. I don't know. Fix this. Seems to be helping. Oh my goodness, there's a lot of flowing water. No, I know what I should have done. Like, kind of just built a platform like this and just. Kind of hard to tell where there is and isn't a water source blocked. you kidding me? There's still more over here. How many, like... Oh my goodness, there's still more. Like all through here. Okay, I'm gonna disable my vanilla tweaks real quick. So I can like see the water. That makes it a lot easier. So far, all I've done today is just make a mess. I filled this up. I've just been making a mess of the shoreline. Oh my goodness, there's still more. Sorry if I've been quiet the past like while. I'm just like contemplating my life decisions because this was a bad idea. Yep. This has just been a chore. I mean, I'm grateful a lot of the ocean just naturally filled in. A lot of it didn't. And that's just a huge waste of time on my part. Okay. I think that's all the water in this area. Are you kidding me? Oh, brother. Okay, I'm gonna do this smart this time. It's all of this. Oh no. Okay. Oh, I needed to go one block further. That gives me a good start. That's a good starting point. Let's change. Oh, look at that white inventory. Let's go back. Fulbright. I don't even know if it's back on. Oh boy, this is a chore and a half. Let's use something a little bit more obvious that can, like, naturally a part of this palette. The idea is that we just create a giant platform and the water just does the rest. That's as far as I need to go. Yeah. That's where it cuts off. I just need to fill in everything here. Time to do this one block at a time. And I can just use World Edit to remove the granite. Technically, I could use World Edit to place in the granite as well. I'm being pushed to one side, that's a good sign. Let's fill all this in, and we just spam water. And all we do is remove the granite. The water fills up naturally. Filling this in using this method was a bad idea. I didn't factor the ocean not being able to refill itself. Kind of embarrassing, not gonna lie. But it is what it is. The important thing is we have a dry bowl on the inside. And what I can do is I can raise this up so it matches the height of the rest of this. I mean, like, sure, it will be deep, like cobbled deep slate. All I'd have to do is just like set that to. I just go in and just like chunk by chunk set it all to sand. Or just place like a layer of sand on top of it and then just raise that up, just the sand. And that should give us what we are looking for. A raised up, fully filled in island of sand and cobbled deep slate. The cobbled deep slate doesn't matter, it's just like the base block. But eventually we'll replace the sand with tuff at certain heights. And then we'll replace it with mossy cobble, and then moss on top of that. And that's how this island will look. A giant blob of tough mossy cobble and stuff. Or I suppose we could just set it all to grass. And then what that will do, we set the random tick speed really high, that will kill all the grass, turning it to dirt. And then we can set the tough to we can set the dirt to tough and the grass to mossy cobble. And then on top we just change everything on top to moss. Even though like the moss is going to be covered by moss is going to be covered by moss is going to be covered by I guess it's going to be replaced by snow, so the moss doesn't really matter. Is that not? Did I do that wrong? I did that wrong. There we go. I mean, give or take some of this. No more running water on this side. That's that cove taken care of. Any other coves dotted around? There's a little bit dotted around. Nothing too severe that we can't just like do the patch job. And it looks like it's all good except for this little corner here. Of course. Not hearing any running water, so that's good. A couple of little divots here. I just have to put the floor in and spam the old water bucket. And we can just remove the granite. Nice and easy. Okay, let's keep going. There's a lot of island that needs to be filled. What in the world? How did this get here? Well, that must have been leftovers from the bad experiment. We just fill in. This is quite a big. Oh my goodness, this is quite a big gap. But I think it's one of the last ones. I think this is the last one. So just bring this over here. Yeah, I'll try using world edit this. I don't fancy doing this by hand. There's one line I missed. Are you kidding me? No block left unchecked. And now we just spam the water bucket. I wish this was more entertaining, but it's not. I understand if there's no one watching. No more running water. It's right here. Oh my goodness, it's all in here. Was this not filled in? No, I filled this in. That might have just been something I missed. I'm probably gonna miss like a couple of spots, but that's okay. No one's gonna be coming around back here. And I believe that is the last area. Yep, this is all good. That's all good. It wasn't the last area. This one's so small, it's fine. So we could just fill this in, and we should be good to go. This isn't filled in? Is this not filled in? It's kind of hard to tell with the resource pack I have. One last spot missing there, somehow. Last spot missing there. I think that's all good. I think we might be done. I think we might be done. Yeah, because this is the original. Cool, that didn't take absolutely forever. Nice. Now, I want to do the smart. Oh boy. Okay, so we need to cover this in sand. Or not. Let's get a brush. If we need to find, no. Cuboid. We do 16. Never mind, if we just do 6. That creates a cube of snow where we click it. That's important, because we can remove the snow. Not on the ground. So if we just go around, we'll go up the sides, which is fine. What we shall do is turn all of this snow. We turn all of this snow into sand And then from there, we can raise it. Probably do some really interesting pixel art with this. Doesn't matter if it's on the inside, it just matters if it's on the ground. I think you can replace snow with sand. Otherwise, this is going to be pointless. Why is there still water here? And I passed the sponge. Almost passed it again. Why is there still water here? How is there still water there? This matters if every surface is covered. And then we can highlight the entire thing and set it all sand. And then we can raise it and then we can smoothen it. This is really cool. I like the tools that you can do with, or the tools that are in World Edit. It makes doing stuff like this a whole lot easier. Now, I go to the outside with my wand. We need to highlight the entire area again, but just the floor. So that's one corner. Again, we just need to highlight the floor. If we highlight the walls, then I don't think there would be too much problem. That's a chunk border, I bet. So we just come out to here. / replace snow with sand. And just like that, we have a sandy floor. Now, there should be / brush raise. Let's do this in a cylinder. Let's do this in levels of, see if we can do it in 10. Nope, the max is 6. Okay. All we have to do is, wait, what? Why does that change it to sand? Or why does it change it? It's also not raising it. Okay. I guess that works. Now what we do is just, oh. Oh, interesting. Well, that's not actually raising it, that's just creating a hollow space underneath it. Cool. I'm gonna be here for a while. Get it back to flat again. Oh no, did I just break that? I think I'm stuck with that now. Delightful. So that idea doesn't work. Or does it? Nope, it doesn't work. Because it raises everything underneath it. I'm trying to think how we solve this. What does paint do? Does paint just change existing? Let me think. If we did this in cylinder, cool. Let's just max this out. Okay, that could work. Oh, that's right. There's no bedrock under there anymore. Because it's all been moved. Does it fill in the entire thing? It should. But we just have to make sure that we click it to the side. And that should fill up nicely. Then we just have to flatten it. So as long as we don't click it directly on the floor, we're good. And we'll smoothen this out eventually. We'll smoothen this out eventually, but for now, this is fine. I'm seeing items down there. That shouldn't be happening. Oh, that creates a lot of lag. I'm wondering if it's like casting to the outside. No, not yet. There is a lot of items. There's an easy solution for all that. That could be causing some lag. Okay, so that's gonna kill items for the time being. So if like an item breaks off or something, it lands on snow and it breaks. That's going to delete any items that are on the floor. This is very rough terrain. You know what I just realized? The whole removing the water thing was completely pointless. Because we could have just been doing this. I'm gonna establish a base around the edge. Cool. I completely understand if y'all don't want to watch this. I get it. This is very dull and boring. I was hoping some of you would like come into chat and maybe we could start a conversation or something. I don't know what I was thinking. I mean, to be fair, this is going to give us a, for the most part, solid island. Eventually. I think we should do this corner first. Oh, did I break the command block? I think I broke the command block. Whoops. Let's get a new one in place. New one in place, and that will erase any items on the ground. And for the most part, this is giving us flat terrain on top. And we'll smoothen it out once like the whole thing is filled in. Slowly but surely we're filling this place in. Those are out of range maybe? They're outside the simulation distance. I hear humans among us. There's a suspicious amount of activity going on upstairs. What is going on? Oh, that's causing some frames. So don't go overboard. Honestly, with this smoothing out, I could see this ending up being some pretty cool terraform. Yeah, we're for sure gonna have to smoothen out, but at the very least, this gives us kind of a start. Bobby, what should be booted up? And now we just keep doing this for a long time. This could take quite a bit of time. I'm punching holes in the bedrock. No, I don't think so. Okay, well this is dull and boring. Let's try not to create a mess. I mean, we'll run the smooth command, but like we still have to like attempt to not create a mess. This side can be higher a little bit because eventually these are going to be mountains on this side. I'm interested in seeing what the smooth command is going to do to this place. Don't get carried away with the wand. Otherwise, you're gonna end up with a mess. There's got to be a better way of doing this. I mean, it's working, but it's very slow. Like there's holes over here, and there's just a lot of mess. We still have a lot to do. A lot more to do, so let's not lollygag. Oh boy. This kind of looks like the Grand Canyon almost. That being said, I've never actually seen the Grand Canyon in person, so can't really make that comparison, but whatever. It reminds me of the Grand Canyon. This boy is going to be solid stone eventually, and we're going to have to hollow out some caves. That's not going to be fun. At least like this method gives us a little bit of like diversity in elevations of the terrain. That's a plus. This is very painstakingly slow though. Like I probably could have been done by now had I used the good old-fashioned fill command. Like I could have just created like a flat platform and then just like add some layer to it. And that could have been a lot easier. But nope, I just had to pick the hard way. We're slowly but surely closing in. Not really. Slowly but surely. People ask me, oh, what exactly do you do with your map making? You know what I tell them? I tell them, you don't want to know. Because it is painstakingly long and boring. Kind of creating like a valley almost here. Right now this just looks like a huge mess, but I imagine that once we run the smooth command, it's going to look like the terraforming that we've done on the outside. We filled in quite a lot. There's like hundreds of thousands of blocks, maybe even millions. No, wait, I take it back. Yeah, there are millions of blocks here. At least Gateway Island was symmetrical and I could fill that in pretty easily. This is like, this is painful. Probably even more painful to watch too. I don't think there's anyone in the stream and watching the stream right now. I don't blame them. It's. I kind of wish I had some music. Not gonna lie. The music would be nice. I'll have to look up some like copyright-free music. Let's start doing the bottom now. Bottom layer, make it flat. I'm just gonna build it up. Almost done. I'm wondering if we're gonna be able to run a hollow command to just like hollow out this entire structure, making it a little bit easier to build the city underneath. I guess it's not really just going to be a city. I guess it's just like a cave system. Eventually it holds what's left of the city, I guess, from a lore standpoint. Wow, this looks like a mess. A mess that just like, yikes. It looks like a proper mess. Now it's time to fix that. I'm wondering how many entities that ended up killing. So we come over here. We get the max. We have to bring this up to the maximum height as well. It can't just be the bottom. It can't just be the bottom anymore. It has to be the whole height of this place. And I think I wanted to do multiple islands. This one island is just taking me absolutely forever. Okay, that is definitely high enough. And crash my computer. I mean, I'm not disappointed with it. It's definitely rough around the edges, especially like in these middle sections. There's definitely it's definitely rough. Oh boy. How am I gonna fix this? I suppose I could just change the wand and set it to sphere. And just kind of veer in. That's a cylinder. Why isn't that working? Those two numbers need to be switched. No, they don't. The number needs to be removed. There we go. What we need to do is find these little patches and just kind of create hills. Slash undo. Undo that last one. But like little spots like that and like that, we can just like smoothen these out. This as well. Make it a little bit more flat and consistent. Like certain terraform elements like this could be like a cool little like, cove. But for the most part, this area needs to be flat. We can just do that by just filling in some of these like lower areas. And then like we could punch out some of this stuff. Eventually we'll check in the mountains. Eventually. Wow, this area is really rough. Moving this out a little bit. Make it a little bit consistent in height. And because this is all sand, I know for a fact that it is solid. Which is good. That looks a little bit better. Let's run the smooth command again. That looks a little bit better. It still very much looks like it's got a whole bunch of lumps. I think we can fix using a and radius 5, height 1. Put the height to 2. There we go. Just kind of like flatten this out a bit. Create kind of like a path system or something to the valley. Yes. That looks a little bit better. I think this is coming along quite nicely. Coming along quite nicely. And to be fair, it is just cylinders and there's just circles and stuff. For the most part, we want it flat. Maybe not that flat. Like sand. That's a good example. Kind of flatten. Make like, we need to make larger flat areas that aren't like so rough. I'm interested to see how the fill tool does that. Or the smooth tool.
You unhook the TV monitor.
So far, so good. Starting to look less like a bunch of lumps everywhere. Starting to look more like proper terraforming. Just running around, flying around, dying around, what? What are you doing down here? Does anyone know what he's talking about? Is anybody even watching it at this point? I don't know, it's just, I know it's been silent a lot. I'm just like Yeah, quiet. There's no one in chat. I've got no one to talk to, and so I just go quiet. Okay. Let's just have a look around. Sides look nice. The top is a little bit rusty. Still have to smoothen it. Might smoothen those out. Quite therapeutic, actually. So when it comes to like the actual village location, on this massive place, I don't know. I suppose let's run the smooth command, see what happens. Did it even do anything? I guess it's not a really good sign. Did it even do anything? Okay. We have an island. Now, tricky part. Let's start with, let's start by replacing it all. Move that again. Welcome back, Johnny. Where'd you go? Try it again. What do you think? I'm ready to put some color into this. I think it looks pretty good. Not bad. I mean, for a first ever terraforming project with a stick, I think it's pretty good. You've been here, you mean to say you've been here the whole time while I've just been awkwardly, just silently thinking to myself? Yeah, we'll do some manual smoothing a little bit later. Once like we do all like the path system and we get the actual village constructed on here. It could look pretty nice. I say we turn this thing green. When you start filling it in. Cool. I am Yeah, I'm just kind of bored. I don't know what to talk to. I don't have anyone to talk to. So, thanks for stopping by and chat. Anyway, replace sand, grass, block. I don't want to set it to grass because then the whole island is just going to disappear. Enter. Prep for some frames. I mean, to be fair, it is a big build. I'm at 0 frames. Oh boy. That might have been a bit too ambitious. I'm just gonna try and turn around and just let that do what it needs to do. Oh, I've got not responding. I've got not responding. That might have been a mistake. Log out and log back in. If I can. It's not responding. Let's see if we can. It's not responding again. Oh boy. Oh, this is gonna be rough. I haven't lost the stream. My computer is definitely slowing down. Perhaps I should have done that in segments. Maybe in chunks. As opposed to going for the whole island. So, how was your day? I'm just gonna take a drink real quick. Oh, it's gone white. Could be better. My day could be better too. And now we just wait for the computer to realize what it is again. I think this is the first time I've crashed my computer. Try Alt F4. You think I should Alt F4? It's gone white. On my screen, it's gone white. On the stream, it hasn't gone white yet. We could be here a while. Now we just sit here and not do anything. I mean, to be fair, it is trying to convert like more than 5 million blocks. So, yeah, that's a thing. Alright, I'm gonna Alt F4. Close the program. I'm gonna have to, close it. No, that's not what I wanted to do. Give me a second. Just try to get Java back up. I mean, to be fair, I probably could have killed the instance and that would have been fine. Oh, there we go. Minecraft's back to loaded. Let's see what saved. Hopefully nothing broke. And I don't have to redo the terraforming. I'm on the ground. Is there stuff here? Ooh. That doesn't look happy. Look at that. Reload the chunks. That's really wild. Do we have... What's our frame rate right now? Oh, 800 and then drop to 400 immediately. Okay. Okay. Could be better, could be worse, I guess. I think I'm gonna do this smart next time and just do it layer by layer. I mean, sure, it may take like 25 goes, but at least it won't break my computer. Oh my goodness, look at that. At least it's kind of given us like an outline of where like the sand could go. Oh hey, there's still some bits down here that survived. The moss block and there's some other stuff. Let's reset the brush. Nope, that was a bad idea.
No, it was a good idea. You just poorly executed it.
So let's just try and refill this in. Yep, and there's a dozen items or so just like hanging out. Nope, that is not what I wanted to do because of that. That's fine, that's fine, that's fine. We'll smooth it out. Do I have... Oh my, we almost got rid of this platform. Let's just bring that down a lot. I mean, yes, this is supposed to be an elevated platform, but... I mean, to be fair, I probably should have backed up the world before trying to convert the entire 5 million blocks into sand. It's gonna be really rough up top. There's like a clean line with where the chunk was. I'm gonna have to run a kill command to take out all the items eventually. That's just crazy. My computer lagged out, crashed basically. And then exploded. And it got rid of a lot of stuff. Well, we know the limitations of like where the thing actually like crashed, so we can just do this. Some items in the water. Moving the sand. $155 entities. What catastrophe? What failed chunk loader? What accident? I don't see any sort of evidence of a disaster anywhere. Do you? I don't. We need to flatten this. Not gonna lie, I wasn't expecting the computer to crash and destroy several chunks. It could have been a lot worse. Now that I think about it. So now we know, don't try to edit several 5 million blocks using a command. It doesn't go well. The more you know. That is not very smooth right here. Let's just do a manual smoothing. I almost said smoothie. This kind of creates like a natural path through here. Kind of cool. I guess the rest of this is fine. I guess, yeah, we'll just leave it at this. We'll leave it like this, maybe. Do some manual terraforming here and there. There we go. That doesn't look half bad. That doesn't look like half of it was erased. Now about this conversion. I'm not sure how to do this again. Because obviously I don't want to blow up the world again. Okay, that's fine. That can be connected. So there's the beacon, and the trail will continue out towards that way, towards that pillar. Cool, how do I want to do this now? So, like, obviously converting the whole thing didn't work. I could do it layer by layer. I'm trying to think what's the best way to do this. There's quite a big, what looks like a desert right now. I mean, I suppose first of all, I should probably double check if this pillar is like, oh, this pillar isn't even aligned. It matches the height pretty well, but it's not even aligned. So if we just cool, I actually nailed that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna place 2 pillars, one on each side, and we'll just do this layer by layer, one layer at a time, until the entire island has been converted. We don't really need to go that far. Just come up a few more blocks. Okay. Layer 1. And hopefully this doesn't break absolutely everything. We'll do 1 layer, and if that like lags like crazy, we're just gonna do it chunk by chunk. Okay, it didn't crash. It didn't crash and burn. It did not crash and burn. We did 1 layer. Nice. Let's go a little bit more ambitious. Let's do 5 layers. Let's do all of sea level. I mean, that was pretty smooth to me. Oh boy. I think I kind of want to do this chunk by chunk, just to be safe. Let's see, F3 and G? Yep. Oh, brother. Okay, can I just automatically do this by chunk? Position 1. And then we just come down to the bottom of the chunk to the water. And we just hit position 2. And we run the command there we go. Now, the reason we're using grass block is because once we're all done, I'm gonna set the random tick speed to like 1,000,000, and that's gonna convert all the grass underneath the blocks to dirt. And then we can just run the commands again and set the dirt to tough and then the grass to cobblestone, or mossy cobblestone. And then just at the surface, we can set whatever to, what am I trying to think? Moss. We can set the surface blocks to moss eventually by using snow. I'm just gonna do that right now. Random tick speed. Let's set it to like 100,000. Let's just set it to 1,000. And then we can do slash replace dirt with tough, and then slash replace grass block with mossy cobblestone. It really blends in there, doesn't it? Those two colors, those two blocks really blend together. And then hello. I didn't know that converted to ice. Interesting. Hmm. Let me have a look at some of the other islands I did. How did I do these? Okay, the moss is just like more towards the middle. Got it. Well, that's one chunk down. Who knows how many more we have to do? So I guess one by one. Position 1, and then we jump in the water. And we do position 2. Boy, and then we run the same commands. That's it. Sand the grass block. And then where's dirt to tough? Hmm. Hmm. What do you think? What do you think? I'm not liking it. Layer by layer is possible, for sure. I'm not talking about the method. I'm talking about the palette. I'm not liking it. I think it either A needs more moss or B needs to be all tough for now. Let me have a look at the other island again. Look at the other island. All tough. That's a good starting point. Yeah, I think I should just convert it all to tough and then just leave the top layers. Like the top of the island. Yeah, we'll just make it all tough and then once we get closer to the top of the island. What the? Super pickaxe enables what? We'll just leave it, we'll leave it all tough for now. Go grab one position. Fly over to the other pillar. Actually, spectator mode might be faster. Doesn't that just look cool? Oh yeah, there's this little cave here. I forgot about. Could potentially use that for something interesting. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh. What in the world? What? Did I mess something up? Oh, well that's interesting. I accidentally didn't set it to second position? Um, okay. I mean, I'll take it, but it does kind of leave a mess. Is it all tough on the inside? I think it's all tough on the inside. Okay, that's an unintentional mistake. I'm totally gonna take advantage of that. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's try that again. Oh, that was already set to second position. There we go. So what Y level is this? Let's do the top of it now, I guess. Whatever hasn't been converted yet. There's the top. Now I guess we just have to do these sides. Oh my goodness, I don't even know how I messed that up. Oh boy, and I'm trying to think of the best way to do this. First position there. Second position down here. I guess that works. There is no sand aside from like a few stragglers. We just knock all of this out. And then we can just fly over to the farthest point out, which is about here. Are you kidding me? I missed one layer. Okay then. Try that again. There we go. Oh my goodness, we have a very tough island. We have a very tough island. Honestly, it looks really cool. This is definitely a good starting point for this level. This is a very good starting point. I'm curious what it looks like from above. Like the exact shape of it. Yeah, we'll get the moss and the cobblestone. I'm gonna cover the whole thing in snow. And then I'll convert all the snow on like the top couple of layers. It almost looks like the United States. Like that right there is Florida. It kind of does. I don't know, does this look like anything to you? Maybe like a face and that's a nose and that's a mouth. All right. Let's see. I don't know how many blocks would be a good place to just like leave it. So let's coat the top layer in snow. Let's go. Let's go cylinder. Let's make this like. We can do more than 6. Let's go 10. Nope, the max is 6. Let's go cube. So what I'm gonna do is cover the entire thing in snow. What this is doing. And we'll turn all the snow layers into mossy cobble. I'm actually gonna go with the sphere. That way I can get a little bit of these edges. They are like having a party up there or something. So we just gently cover a lot of this in snow. If it goes down the sides, that's fine. And then we're going to replace all the snow layers with mossy cobble. I don't want to... Oh yeah, I guess it melts because random tick speed is up like to 1,000,000. Which that reminds me, I should probably turn that off. Random tick speed back to 0. Let me just go around doing the snow on the edges. Nice and easy. I mean, technically we still have to get the mountains in, but I would like to have a solid foundation. This Friday night? I could do that. Supposedly. Yeah, we can do that. I imagine it won't take more than... I have to go to the bank and, like, get some things figured out before I get the server. But other than that, yeah, I should be good for this Friday. There's no guarantee I'll be able to go, though. If I can't get the server by this Friday, I'll let you know. Far as I know, all the systems are working, but then again, I'd rather be safe than sorry when we do the actual test. Like we could test out some other things. Like we could go a round or two on the mini game if you want. But I really just need to test if buttons are working and win conditions are operational. Now that I'm looking at this island with all the snow on it, I'm wondering if I should do like full blown, what did I just say? Full blown snow coverage, or if I should do like just little patches of snow. I guess we could try. We'll leave it at this for now, and then we'll see what happens. All right, so we need to go into spectator. Let's place down position 1 there. We'll fly above the island. Make sure we're above everything. We'll set position 2. And then we'll run the replace command to replace the snow with mossy cobble and moss. Please don't crash my computer. Oh, we missed some snow bits, but we can just remove those. And just like that, this looks kind of nice. We're checking some trees in here, and we've got a paradise. This looks really cool. I cannot wait until we put a village on here. This is really sweet. I mean, still, like, we gotta clean up some of the snow layers off the side. And the way that we've done this, we've created, like, a natural 2-block high border in like certain places. This keeps like the player from just like climbing up the side of the island and getting onto the island early. That's a that's a good benefit. And I probably need to like add some mossy cobblestone down the side a little bit more, maybe just like a few more layers, just to kind of like help blend the two. Or maybe like we could do some patches of moss and cobblestone down the side, just to give it a little bit more like texture and shape. But overall, I'm quite happy with how this turned out. This looks a little bit strange, but that's fine. I'm just looking for any white right now. We don't want any snow on the side. Not yet, at least. There we go. We have a solid start. We have a very solid start. I don't know about Astroneer yet. It Takes Two. I'm definitely intrigued for. I think we should save that. Because, like, I'm not sure how weekday streams go. Last time I did a weekday stream, aside from, like, on a Monday, it didn't really go too well. Like, we didn't get, like, any attention. So I kind of want to save that, like, I kind of want to save that for either a Sunday or a Saturday. I mean, we can still do the two-person test on Friday, but like on a Saturday night, or even better on a Sunday night, I think would be best for It Takes Two. That's just based off of my experience. I mean, I'm like so down to do it. The problem is like my work schedule is crazy, and I have to align it up with YouTube statistics. Weekdays aren't really the best time to stream, so somewhere close to the weekend is better. Late day weekdays are even worse. Alright, we'll schedule it then. Saturday night about 6 o'clock, I'll get the free version for the Switch probably, or maybe even off of Steam. We'll see what happens from there. And everybody's getting home, so I'm quite satisfied with what we've done today. So I think I'm gonna end it here. We have this really amazing, totally natural looking island that we've built. This thing looks absolutely crazy from the sides and from a distance. I think this is a really solid start. Those two little lumps up there are like driving me crazy. I'm gonna smoothen those out a little bit later. I think we have a pretty solid start here on this island. We'll chuck a village in. We need to get a lake somewhere on here, preferably like maybe in this region or over there. And then we'll put like a mountain range on that side. we'll like build it up and it'll be nice and tall. I think that's gonna look absolutely amazing. Anyway, I'm gonna end it here. Thanks, Johnny, for watching. I appreciate it. Anyone else who was watching, I also appreciate it, but like Johnny was the only one in chat, so go figure. He gets special recognition. Anyway, next time I stream on this world, we're going to be doing something more than just terraforming. I wasn't quite satisfied with the methods that I used for this terraforming project, especially when it comes to like filling it in. So if you got any ideas for like how I could have done this a little bit better, please, I beg you, let me know. Anyway, I'll catch you in another stream. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you later.